Number 12 in the Radiance line is 1968's Big Time Gambling Boss. Now, I didn't really know anything about this movie when I threw it on, and wow, this is fantastic. Absolutely, thoroughly recommend. You gotta pick this one up. The basic story here in this 95-minute movie, which just grabs you from the start and does not let you go, kept me captivated the entire time, is all about a clan whose boss has had a stroke and they need to elect a new leader. And it comes down to Nakai, the next in line, kind of. There is someone before him, Matsuda, who is in jail at the moment. Nakai feels that he should stick to protocol, the way things are done, and Matsuda should be the next boss.
当家にはいわばよそ者の分際です。他にも当家には根付きの古い人もいることですし、足の出る幕じゃございません。
But there is an advisor for this clan, Semba, who decides to kind of push things along. They need a leader now, they can't wait for Matsuda to be released from jail. And that falls to the third in line, Ishide, whom is kind of quickly pushed to become the leader, much to Nakai's chagrin. Although he follows the clan's line and follows protocol, and he just has to grin and bear it. The problems really kick off when Matsuda gets out of jail.
Ishido, 今日は無礼講かい。無礼講じゃなかったらなんで中井の髪に座ってるんだ。ここはおめえみたいに残りに下がりが座る席じゃねえ。
Pretty quickly after this, long before Ishida has been proclaimed as leader of this clan at a big party. And we basically have this group of 4 people and a lot of infighting that goes with it. And my goodness, I just couldn't take my eyes off it. It was so fascinating. We're following our main character of Nakai, a man who's stuck between tradition, the way things should be done, and loyalty to his friend and to the clan. And he's been torn apart by this. Matsuda and Ishide start a kind of war against each other. There is a clear dislike between these two, and it's not going to be resolved easily. You can just feel the tension growing throughout the movie, and you have that constant weight on Nakai, a man who is very stoic, who has the trust and respect of all the men, watching these two people who neither of them, Ishide or Matsuda, should be the boss of this clan, bickering and fighting and drawing just anger out in this clan that doesn't need to be there.
以前の後に譲りの式はまだ終わっちゃいねえ。俺とおめえと手を組んで、以前の後目をひっくり返さなきゃ。頼む。
And it's so captivating watching the small conversations between the character, whether it be Nakai talking to Ishide as he shows the respect that he deserves and tries to have that calming effect of stopping what's going to happen, while talking to his good friend Matsuda and trying to stop him from elevating things, from taking things too far, from being destructive to the clan that they have both loved and adore.
兄弟、おめえそんなに天理一家が大事か。この俺よりもか。
都政人の道は一つしかねえ。
Big Time Gambling Boss is one of those movies where there is this mounting tension all the way through. Not a great deal happens, but you have these wonderful conversations and you know there is mounting tension and something is building to an unforgivable finish where there is going to be violence and lots of it, and it gets that way. One of the things I liked a lot about this movie is its condensed time. At 95 minutes, it could have been a lot longer, but they use a shorthand of a narrator to come in and just kind of almost brief you on who the characters are in the story at the start of it, giving you a shorthand into it. And a lot of the times we hear as film fans that you should show, not tell. But I kind of like this fact. You know, it just gives you a quick in, and then we start the movie, and then we follow the characters all the way through this tale. The the way these people have followed tradition, that hold their lives in such disregard that they are willing to die for what they believe in, is just fascinating to watch. As they stick to their umbrages or what they feel they've been wrong done by, as they're willing to just tear their world asunder because of this belief, is just fascinating. And the performances are all excellent. There's small moments that I really like within the movie that are just terrific, that just elevate it for me. There's a moment with Nakai at the cemetery. One of his clan come up. He's heartbroken, he's apologetic for what's happened, he starts to become really emotional, and Nakai just kind of slaps him once to bring him to his senses, and then as the man's lying in the ground, he just hands the umbrella to him so that he's dry in his moment of emotion, and then just walks away. It's just kind of small subtle sequences like this that add so much to it. A lot is done with looks rather than communication, and I think that really, for the visual medium that we are in, this really sells a lot of the movie for me. Really drew me into the story and made me care for a lot of the characters. Yeah, Big Time Gambling Boss, what an absolute stunning film. I can't praise it highly enough. Let's have a look at the extras on this disc and see what it has to offer. Here is a disc for Big Time Gambling Boss. If we go into special features, first up we have Ninkuyo 101. In this video essay, Mark Schilling, author of the Yakuza movie book, delves into the history and the impact of the classical style of Yakuza genre with Ninkuyo Iga, or chivalry films. This is 14 minutes 35 seconds long. It touches on basically the impact of Yakuza films, how they came about, how they evolved over time, and the various big names that were involved with a lot of these productions, and the impact of the movies. And for me, it's my favourite extra on this disc. Next up is Serial Gambling, a visual essay by Chris D, author of The Gun and Sword, an encyclopedia of Japanese gangster films, 1955 to 1980, on Big Time Gambling Boss's origins and the Toei Studios' serialised Yakuza movie productions, and what sets the film apart. Now this is 25 minutes 24 seconds in length. He talks a lot about various Yakuza movies. It gets a little bit spoilery about this film, so if you haven't watched the film, watch it first before checking this one out, and the impact of this story and how it kind of affects the Yakuza genre as a whole. And he also delves into the film's history. It's really great as well. Next up we have a gallery and a trailer which is 3 minutes and 7 seconds. In addition to that, you get a 26-page booklet which has information on the cast and crew, the transfer, notes and credits. It's got Shogun's Reign, an essay by Stuart Galbraith, and The Stars by Hayley Scanlon as well, all which round up a fantastic package. So there we have it. Big Time Gambling Boss. I can't say enough about it. I was so invested in the story. I found the characters and the performances to be exquisite. I found the direction, cinematography beautiful. The score was terrific. The way they capture a tone and the tension all the way through it was just riveting, and this has been a great discovery. This is the kind of thing that I was hoping for from Radiance. If we get more like this, I'm going to be over the moon. I would love to know your thoughts on Big Time Gambling Boss if you've seen it, or if you're going to pick it up. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you fall somewhere in the middle? Let me know in the comment box below. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you're interested. In the description box below are links to the Patreon, the membership programme, and manvfilm.com. All ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.